Good morning from me at All Things Madison. I never film on Friday mornings, but here we are. We have been busy the last few days, as I think everybody is. I was just telling my husband last night, I was like, I don't know what's going on right now. I just feel busy. I think it's just December. And then I was just talking to Erin. You guys have seen her on this page, Erin Dolman, my assistant, and she was saying the same thing. It's just December. It's just a wild time. So if that's how you're feeling right now, where everything's good, but also just a little nutty too, it's just the holidays plus coronavirus just makes everything a little more interesting. So here we are on a Friday morning. I can see we have some people that have joined us. I am really excited to jump into what has been going on this week, what we covered on the website, and then just kind of what's been going on around town. So let's jump right into it. We had 4 articles on the website this week. On Monday, we talked about Building Church and what they have going on this month. So let's see. We talked first about how this Sunday, in 2 days, they have the Sounds of Christmas, which is basically it's a Christmas concert where they're going to have secular Christmas music and religious Christmas music. It's going to be amazing. I got a sneak peek into what all they're going to have as far as the singers and the instruments. It's going to be amazing. So, but the thing is that it's actually, the tickets are all gone. So if you're dying to go, I'm sure you could get in touch with them and see if they can put you on a little wait list. But the reason they had to cap how many people can come is for social distancing reasons, obviously. So, it's an in-person event, but they want to make sure that they're not only abiding by CDC guidelines, but also just taking all the extra precautions to keep everyone safe, but also offer a really great holiday event. So that's on Sunday. Thank you so much. They said that tickets are gone. So I'm so glad that was successful and well received on All Things Madison. I also talked in that article about how they are doing a Christmas candlelight service as well. I know all churches are kind of in this situation of what do we do about our Christmas services, whether that's Christmas Eve or Advent or Christmas Day or whatever. So every church is different. But Building Church asked me to help advertise for them that they are doing a candlelight service that evening on the 24th at 6 p.m. They still have some remaining slots, if you want to call them, because they're not tickets. I mean, it's a free thing, but again, because of social distancing, they want to make sure they only have a certain number of people there in attendance. So they do have some seats available for that. If you guys are looking for somewhere to join in person on Christmas Eve, Building Church is having a great service. Okay, on Tuesday, we talked about Valentina's Pizza. I have an ongoing partnership with them. They are a brand new pizza place. They are off Huntsville-Browns Ferry Road. The interesting thing about Valentina's is that they are in Limestone County, Huntsville city limits, but they have a Madison mailing address. So that's fair game to be covered on All Things Madison. So Joe, the owner, does a fantastic job. I've talked to so many people who know I have a partnership with him, and they're like, what do you really think of his pizza? I'm like, it's amazing. I would not have a partnership if I didn't want me to sing it from the rooftops. His pizza is incredible. His meatballs are amazing. The first time I went there, I knew that this was going to be a very easy place for me to talk about authentically, because that's all you'll ever get from me on here is my very honest opinion. And so what we spotlighted for Valentina's this week is that you actually have the option to rent out the entire facility. So I know last February, before the virus hit, we had an 80th birthday party for my grandmother, and my parents were looking for somewhere that we could gather maybe 40, 50 people, have, be able to dance, be served food, but also very casual. And that's what we could have gotten at Valentina's. So if you're looking for somewhere to do a baby shower, a wedding shower, hey, Joe even has a goal of doing a wedding reception. So if you just need somewhere casual that has great food, that you can bring in some of your own decor, cake and stuff, Valentina's is a great option for that. You can get in touch with Joe. Also, shout out to Marlon, my videographer. He did an amazing job with a promo video for them. He did so great. It was so fun to see his work. Man, I love video. So great job, Marlon. Okay, Wednesday, I put up an article that really lit a fire under me. It is called the Supporting Our Students Fund, put on by Madison City Schools. So on Monday, I actually met with Madison City Schools PR coordinator, as well as their development office coordinator. Shout out to Lee. You are so sweet. I loved meeting you. And I could have talked with John and Lee forever. They are so kind. just hearing the heart behind a lot of the things they're doing in the school system was really great. We could have talked forever, but we had to really focus in on the Supporting Our Students Fund, because that is what is a really big thing they're trying to grow right now. So sorry about that. If you read the article, you know that the Supporting Our Students Fund is a fund designed to help students who have a need. So let me paint this picture for you. When the pandemic hit, there were still students that had not paid for their cap and gown to graduate, right? Well, a lot of those students that hadn't paid, they pay for that themselves. Well, they lost their jobs because places were all shut down in the spring. So they had no way to pay for their cap and gown. They also weren't at school, so they couldn't let anybody know. You know, that's hard for a kid to also say that they couldn't pay for that. So anyway, 3 organizations were amazing. They stepped up, they covered all of it, and it was fantastic. But what Lee said is they want to be more proactive instead of reactive, which means they don't want to react to a need when they know about it. They want to go ahead and be proactive and have the funds all ready so that they can help students as needed. So for example, say there's a kid in his family and he is trying to just break the mold and better himself and just create a great future for himself. And he gets his first job at Burger King and he's ready to work hard, but now he has to buy a few pairs of work pants and he can't afford it because where's that money come from to buy work pants? So what would have happened in the past is someone at the schools probably would have just given him $50, $100 to cover the work pants, right? Because we all know that sometimes it costs money to make money and it's just hard. And so that Supporting Our Students Fund is designed to help those kids who just need help. I remember, because I went to Bob Jones, I remember on that scheduled pickup day when you had to pay class fees for all your electives and your yearbook and sports and all of that. I mean, it was a lot of money. And I really didn't have a great concept of money when I was in high school. But even then, I knew it was a lot of money. I had 2 siblings. So when I think back and think about my parents and how expensive that was for them, it's crazy. And so, you know, money doesn't grow on trees. That fund is a great thing for students that need a hand up. So they're trying to raise $10,000. You guys were awesome. And we donated over $800 that day that we put up that article. So if you feel in your heart that you want to donate to that, any amount is great. Okay, I could talk about that forever. Okay, let's talk about an article I put up today. Man, now that I'm thinking about it, I am like pretty passionate about everything I put up this week, which that's just my writer's heart. I love sharing with you things that I care about and things I hope you'll care about too. So a Bob Jones graduate, actually someone that I went to school with. I have such great memories of being with her in school. She was such a go-getter then, and she is such a go-getter now. Shout out to Tiffany Jordan Whitlow. She is the co-founder and CDO, the Chief Development Officer for Acclinate Inc. So Acclinate has a movement called #NowIncluded, where Acclinate is designed to educate and empower people to take their healthcare into their own hands and do their own research about if people like them were included in the testing for vaccines, testing for medicine, etc. So one example that they were telling me about is albuterol, and how albuterol was actually, now I have not done my own research on this yet, so take this for what it's worth, but I'm actually going to be doing more research because I have a story coming up about it, that albuterol was only tested on certain people, but it's given to everyone, so it's actually not effective for some races and backgrounds. And so, you know, obviously that's a big issue, and that's just one drug. So I know that there has been, I actually was just listening on the radio yesterday, that a large majority of our Black community is not trusting of this vaccine. And the physician that they were interviewing, he said it's for good reason, because a lot of Black people in our state understand our history with vaccines and medicines, and that people that looked like them were not included in the trials. And that's a problem. So Acclinate is fighting that, and they want you to join their movement. It's called Now Included, where you can get emails, text messages, and stay informed via social media about what they're doing to help people take healthcare research into their own hands. So basically, if you have some kind of health issue, do your own research first, that maybe some of these drugs weren't tested on people like you. Will it be effective for you, etc. So I have a partnership with them. I'm going to be talking about that a little bit more. But you guys, it was founded by someone who graduated from Bob Jones. Like, way to go, Tiffany. That is so incredible. Way to go, Madison City Education, in preparing her for what she was going to do as an entrepreneur in our city. So that's about all we have today. If you have kids that are in the hybrid schedule and situation right now, kudos to you. High five to all of our educators who are doing double time, doing virtual, sending packets. My friend said that her daughter's kindergarten teacher from West Madison actually drove around to every single house delivering goodies and packets, and that's just one teacher out of hundreds that I know is doing amazing things. So, one more thing. I got an email from someone yesterday that was such an insightful, great email about how she raised her kids here and they love it here, but they're looking for more things to do for people their age that are like nearing retirement or into retirement, that it's such a wonderful community, but obviously somewhat geared towards people that have children. And so I want to start focusing more on that demographic, because I want this website to be for everyone of all ages, of genders and race and background. Like, all things Madison is for everyone that calls Madison home or visits our community. And I want everyone to feel represented on our website. So if you, and I want to serve everyone in our community. So if you would like to help me brainstorm about what are some ways that we can grow involvement for people in that demographic, I would love to hear from you. Okay, I hope you guys have an awesome weekend. It's going to be gorgeous today, maybe a little rainy tomorrow. So enjoy it. I hope you guys have an awesome weekend, and I'll see you back on the website on Monday.